Hey, welcome back everyone. So today I have part 4 of this past season's rabbit hunting with my two beagles. My original plan was to have this be the final video, but it actually kind of got a little long. So instead I just kind of cut it in half to have two shorter videos rather than one super long one. And that way I can just showcase the hunts and show a little bit more of the dogs barking, just listening to them, which is the part I love the most and the part I definitely want to look back on someday. So that's the route I decided to go here. In these last two videos here, I'm going to show some clips of just getting ready for the hunt. You know, when the dogs see me coming, when they know it's time to go, how excited they get. Just watching them makes me smile. You know, they act the same way they did when they were just little puppies. Anytime someone was coming out to get them out, they just go crazy. And it's so fun to watch them just get so excited and carry on because they know they're about to go do what they really enjoy. So I know that might not be the most exciting thing for you guys to watch, but I know it's going to bring back a lot of fond memories when I look back on this video. Season's winding down here in PA. One, maybe two more hunts, including today. We'll see how the weather plays out. We had a short one after work today, and they're excited and ready to go. You wanna go hunting? Talk to me. Huh? Come on. So the first of the two hunts here that I'm going to show is just a short hunt after work. I get off work at 4 o'clock and my dad and I loaded the dogs up and went out. It was like 60 degrees this day. I think it was a little windy if I remember, and the grass was really dry. It's a lot of thick, high brown grass over here where we were hunting, but there's also a lot of like swampy areas. There's a lot of standing water, and it had been cold the night before, so there was some ice that was half melted that I think the rabbit could maybe run across at times because I'd hear the dogs crashing through it, and they were still chasing after the rabbit. So they stuck well with tough conditions, and they jumped this rabbit right away, and the chase was on. I just saw the rabbit, but it's just so thick over there. See if it cuts over by any chance. It's not very far in front of the dogs. So a lot of times in this spot, they can chase a rabbit for 4, 5, 6 circles and we never even see it. But this one, actually, the first circle, I got a glimpse of it. Just one little glimpse and it was gone. But fortunately, it ran right to my dad, which it's really odd that both of us see the rabbit in the same circle over here. But it worked out pretty well here. The dogs are only 15 yards away, and all I got was a glimpse of the rabbit, as thick as it is. Hopefully the next circle. So this is from my dad's perspective here. He was using my shot cam, and as soon as he pulled the trigger, I could tell that his reloaded shells didn't have enough powder. It was kind of a dud, and I heard him manually cycle his gun. He's shooting a semi, and it didn't have enough pop to cycle for him. And then I hear a second shot, and I really didn't expect him to get this rabbit, but it never moved. It just sat right there. Watching the video is just really funny to me. And so not too long out of the truck, we were on the board with the first rabbit of the day. And I didn't walk over to him to kind of get the retrieve on camera. I just waited, figuring that the chase was going to continue. But thankfully, he got this rabbit here. Now here, the dogs actually jumped a rabbit, and as soon as they started barking, it ran right by me and Dad. We didn't shoot. We wanted to give them a chance to chase it. And as it turned out, they were actually chasing a different rabbit. We split up, and it was really tough to find a spot that either of us could see. I settled on this spot here, just hoping that it would be one of those times the rabbit just comes slowly hopping through right where you're watching. And you know, I picked a good enough spot because he came through here, but not as slowly as I had hoped. I slowed this down, I zoomed in, and I think maybe you can see the rabbit take one hop at one spot here, but it's thick, and you can tell I didn't have the best shot. I mean, you really can't even see the rabbit on the video. Obviously, I could see it better in person, but still wasn't a clear shot, and I wasn't able to connect. I don't think so. Let's see here. The dog stayed on this rabbit for a while then. It just never came back through the area that Dad and I were watching. And after quite some time, they kind of lost it for a few minutes, and we took that opportunity to call him off, get him out into the field, and head back to the truck before dark. Say I did not get it. Come on. You don't need to keep sniffing. We're going home. See, I never stop sniffing. Good girls. We got one. Could have had two, but one's okay, right? Better than none, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Good girls. Good girls. You stink. You're stinky. Yeah. Come here. Oh, Maggie's like, I'm ready home. Huh? Maggie says, I'm ready. Here I'm making the familiar walk out to the pen as the dogs just go crazy, jumping for joy and excitement. And this hunt was 2 days after the previous hunt, and I was by myself this day, and we were back in the same area, and once again we got into some rabbits. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Well, it took a little while here, but the dogs finally jumped one. We'll see how they do. Hopefully we can get a good chase and maybe get a rabbit here. There it goes. Just saw it. It was too far out in front of me, but ran right through that opening out there. And as wet as it is here, I'm thinking it's going to come back pretty much the same spot. As long as they can stay on it. Shouldn't have any problem getting a shot at this one. So that rabbit I saw actually wasn't the one they were chasing. They stayed on another rabbit, and shortly after it ran through the exact same spot that that first rabbit ran through. So I was kind of watching that direction. I should have moved a little closer. It was a little bit out of range here, but I was able to connect with it. So I zoomed in and slowed it down here a little bit, and I think the second shot is the one that maybe crippled this rabbit, because it ended up taking another shot that you'll see here in a second. But the rabbit kind of threw me for a loop. The first shot, it was kind of moving right to left, and I shot and missed, and I was waiting for it to come out, and next thing I see it going left to right, and I hit it with the second shot. Not sure if I hit it at all with the third shot, and then the fourth shot, it was just kind of sitting there, so I think that I had it crippled, and I was able to finish it off. That was a different rabbit. I think I might have crippled it. There, we got it. If you watched the last video, I gave Aaron a hard time for taking 6 shots to get 1 rabbit. This isn't quite as bad, but I guess it's his chance to get back at me here. Having to reload the gun to get the rabbit as it runs by just 1 time is not too good, but all's well that ends well, I guess. So that's actually the second rabbit. It ran the same way the first one did. So they might come up here and get on a second one. And if so, hopefully we can end up with both of them. There we got them. Who knows, there could be a third one they're chasing, I have no idea. So let's see, I won't be surprised at all if they just keep going and pick up that second rabbit. I can see the dogs are about 30 yards away. There you go, good girls. Let's find that other one. Go find that other one. Keep going, find that other one, girls. Come on, he's in here. Let's get the other one. Let's get the other one. Yeah, good girl, good girl. So here I think that first rabbit I saw just kind of stayed put maybe because the dogs weren't pressuring it. And I think for me shooting and the dogs eventually coming and retrieving that first rabbit, I think that pushed it around, and it just ran a small little circle there and got back behind me where it originally started. So the dogs are on a second rabbit. This is the one I originally saw. I don't know where exactly it ended up. I won't be surprised if it's right in here because they ran a short little circle there. But it could have got through here while I was still messing around with the other rabbit. It must have got through there. Hopefully it'll come back. Come back while I'm standing here. Now this is one of the kind of more fun but also frustrating parts of hunting rabbits with beagles. You have to try and get to the right spot, especially when you're by yourself. It's just so tough to kind of decide, one, do I stay where that rabbit ran? A lot of times they'll make the same circle, but sometimes they're not exactly the same. Other times they're nowhere close to the same circle. So sometimes you might have to sacrifice some visibility. You know, if it's really thick, you might want to move away from where you saw that rabbit and hope it comes through a different opening where maybe you'll get an easier shot. Other times you just have to try and get right on top of them because they refuse to come into an opening. So here with all the water laying, I just kind of made a decision to move to a different spot, and unfortunately it was the wrong one. If I had just stayed closer to where I shot that previous rabbit or where I saw this rabbit run the first time, I would have had an easy shot. But instead I kind of outplayed my own hand there, and this rabbit got by me. Dang it, there it goes, man. There it got by me. Unfortunately, that was the last time I saw that rabbit. It was a crazy long chase. I have the GPS collars on the dogs, and it went 450 yards that direction after it got by me there, and the dogs were hot on it the whole time. And at that point, I made my mind up, like, hey, this rabbit likes running right through there. I'm going to stay put, and it just never got the whole way back to me. So after, I don't even know how long, the dogs finally kind of lost it for a minute or two. And once again, I took that chance to get him out of the brush and into the field and get him back to the house before dark. So that's going to be it for this video. Like I said, I decided to keep it a little shorter and split the last 4 hunts of the year into 2 videos. We only got 2 rabbits in this video, but they're some of the more memorable hunts, I think, that'll last. A couple of those chases were really long and really special to what I thought was going to end the year. But as it turned out, we got 2 more hunts in and some great clips. Probably going to be the most exciting video so far. So it'll be a great way to end it. If you guys enjoyed this, be sure to hit the thumbs up and leave a comment. I'd love to know what you guys think about these videos. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the 5th and final part. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.